Hello, my beautiful narc-free family. So today I wanted to talk to you about the Hobo Sexual. I have already done a video on the Hobo Sexual where I kind of go over some examples so that you can get a feel for what it looks like. And I'm also going to leave that video at the end of this one in case anyone wants to look at it. I will also leave the video that I did called Sex with a Narcissist. Both of those are very good, informative videos for this. So the Hobo Sexual, also called the Homeless Sexual, is usually a somatic narcissist, okay? And the somatic narcissist uses sex as a weapon or a tool to keep their victims rocked to sleep, okay? So they are so skilled at their manipulation that people don't even realize that this person that they've met, this narcissist, is dating someone for the sole purpose of having a place to live. Now, there are benefits that come along with it, as in they're getting sex, and most likely, if you have a place to live and they don't, and they are living with you, then you're probably you probably have food in your refrigerator. They don't have a refrigerator at all, but you have food in your refrigerator, so they're probably eating with you and they're using your electricity. And then they might need to use your car or they need a ride somewhere, but they definitely need help, okay? And they are in this relationship with a whole nother human for the sole purpose of housing. I know some of you are going to think to yourself that this sounds like it cannot be true and that no one would fall for this. But you have to keep in mind that whenever you are with a narcissist, they always have a goal in mind from the very beginning of what it is that they want from you. And they never tell you what that thing is. So just like when they love bomb you in the beginning and they spend all of that time with their victim and they're FaceTiming them, and they're trying to see them every day and they're trying to always be around, you'll notice that they make little hints to things like, yeah, it's not comfortable where I am, or yeah, I fell on some hard times and I'm staying with a relative or with a family friend, or they're sleeping at their job. I would love for y'all to comment below how many of you have been with a hobosexual, or you don't have to say you've been with a hobosexual, but you know someone who has, and where it is they were living before they got with the supply. If it was their job, their car, a hotel, wherever it was that they were living, I would love to know down in the comments, okay? So they get with someone for the sole purpose of housing, and they do this by just becoming really close with that person by love bombing them and spending an enormous amount of time with them and giving them all these compliments and acting as though they want to be around them all the time and acting as though they are their soulmate. And so the person has not realized that slowly but surely they're bringing things over, they're leaving things, they're coming over so much that things might become inconvenient. So then you end up giving them a key, and before you know it, they're just there. And people don't even realize that next thing you know, they stop working. Maybe they were working when you met them and then they stop working. Or they may say something like, I wish I could just, if I didn't have to go to work, I would just, sleep with you all day and, have sex with you all day if I didn't have to go to work. They're trying to get you to say, oh, yes, I want that too. Why don't you quit your job? Okay. Narcissists are self-serving and they're always looking for an opportunity to get out of responsibility and have someone take care of them. Okay. So Now, I want to say this. It's for men too, but what I'm about to say, I hope I don't offend anyone because I'm going to say this specifically for the ladies. You know what? There is no D good enough that any of y'all should be having a man live with you who is not contributing anything. He cannot pay any bills. He cannot buy any groceries. He does not have transportation. He has nothing to offer you, sis. But D, okay? I hope that didn't offend anyone, but some of y'all just need to hear it more plain. It is not that good because in the aftermath, what you're going to find is that they're going to leave you for the next best thing. If you start not supplying them the way that they want you to, you're not admiring them the way that you used to. Of course, you're not going to admire them the way that you used to if they stop working. Well, so you're already taking care of them. They're already staying with you as a homeless sexual. And now they're taking up all your time and they're making you late for work because they can't get to work. And, you're cooking and you're tired. Okay. And so they're getting on your nerves. And then now you're starting to argue. And so now they see it as, well, it's time for me to go. She doesn't want to cook and clean and give me the sex she was giving me before and take care of me and drive me around and help me to get a car. And, some of y'all ladies, income taxes time is coming up. Okay. These stimulus checks are coming. Stay woke. These narcissistic people have a plan. Men, I'm talking about y'all too. There are women who do the same thing, but I'm speaking from a female's perspective as I am a female. So sorry that I don't want to get tongue tied as I try to do both of them. But men, I know there are women who do this type of thing. Also, they come with a victim story and you start helping them and, maybe they're a single parent and then next thing you know, you're tired. They're draining you of your energy, of your time, of your resources. They're doing too much. So with that being said, and with income tax time coming up and stimulus coming up, and you single moms out there, no ma'am. Take yourself and your kids out to eat, go to the aquarium, do something. Find something to do with yourself, read a book, but taking care of a man is not on the agenda for 2021. So there is no D that is that good. I want you to hear that over and over and over again in your head. There is no D that is that good. That is temporary as long as you are serving them. It is temporary. And as long as they can come back and hoover you, that's temporary. Because as soon as you're not giving them what they want, all of a sudden they switch it up and the sex isn't great anymore because they've got a new supply. And now they've got to take all their energy and they've got to go over there to that new supply. And so they'll start coming to your place less, but they're still leaving their clothes at your place because see, they hadn't moved in with the new supply yet. Some of y'all trying to figure out where they are and they're saying, oh, I'm staying at my job. And, the job is really busy and my boss has allowed me to stay there and you all are falling for it hook, line, and sinker. And really they're off getting a new supply and maybe they're pulling up at your place in the middle of the night and you open your blinds and you see them out there and you don't know what time they got out there and they start making this into a habit so that it looks as though, oh, well, I was just so tired. I really wanted to come and see you. But really they've been out all night with some supply. They're dressed really nice. Don't be deceived by these little games that they're playing. And for those of you who have a hobo sexual that has managed to move their way up in there and you want them to move their way up out of there, you have to check if you've actually let them move in and they've been there. I believe it's more than 30 days. It depends on the state that you're in. You'll need to see because some of you will have a hard time getting rid of these hobosexuals. They won't just go away. If you start telling them that you want them to leave and they know their rights, they know that you can't just put them out without evicting them, they will start running game on you And so, yes, that's ungrateful that they stayed with you, they took advantage of you, and now when you tell them to leave, they start telling you about the law and how you can't just make them leave. So, if you're dealing with one that goes that angle with you, I would just think it best for you to go ahead and get your ducks in a row and know what the law says in your area. They may not go that route. They may not know it. But remember, now we're dealing with narcissists, people who are taking advantage of people. So a lot of them know how to work the legal system on their behalf. They've done these types of things before. If they don't know, or they don't really live with you and they've never lived with you, but they have their things at your place, there is nothing wrong, sweetheart, with getting some boxes, boxing their stuff up nice and neat, and taking it up to their job, taking a picture of it, sending them a text when you know they're at work. Here are your things. Let me know you got this message so that I know that you got your things. They'll quickly message you back, and they'll come and they'll get their things, and then you can block them and you don't have to ever see them anymore. Change the locks on your door and go on about your business. You know, find your way out, because these people will leech off of you, and all they have to offer is sex, which really, if you think about it and you start counting up minutes and things like that, it doesn't really seem like it's working out to your favor. If that's all they have to offer, it's not working out to your favor. Decide that you want peace more than you want to have a man around. You would be surprised. Some of you would be really surprised if you just get with yourself and you start taking yourself places and dating yourself. You will start to find that you would rather be by yourself. Okay. But you haven't taken enough time to be by yourself to realize that you really don't need a man. If a man comes into your life to add value to your life, then that is wonderful. But hobosexuals and homeless sexuals do not come to add value. They come to take from you. I hope that this has been helpful for you all. Go ahead and hit the like button if you've liked the video, and give it and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already. Thank you for joining me here at Narc Free. My name is Cree. I hope to meet up with you again. Bye-bye, my beautiful Narc Free family.